Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much again for joining me here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Now look here again at ICP, double checking a few key factors. This coin looks ready to break out again, and I know it seems crazy because it's already maxed out, and there's just significant potential for retracement. We're going to talk about potential pullbacks as well. But I do want to kind of preface and let you know that we're looking at a pretty decent amount of a couple of patterns, right? In other words, we got this nice little falling wedge pattern, which essentially just confirms that we are more likely to break to the upside. In fact, I think we already kind of had a breakout depending on how you draw it. And then, of course, we got this cup and handle pattern that could very well unfold too. While it's not perfect, and cup and handles never truly are, they do have a tendency of breaking out after a flag where the price action starts to retrace in a lower low, lower high pattern. All this in conjunction with a strong amount of volume flowing into this coin and a point of control at 860, I think we're more likely to see further upside here from this coin. So again, just some kind of things to throw out there. It could be totally way off. A lot of this hinges on Bitcoin pulling back too, but if you look at how strong ICP is compared to other coins, just kind of flopping, belly flopping after that, it leads me to believe we're going to probably see more. There's more gas left in the tank here. And this amount of volume is quite significant, okay? So again, really cool stuff. ICP feels like it's going to take off again. Just want to throw it out there. Okay, so that's a bit of a preface. Let's go ahead and take a look at the back end and kind of see where we're at here. And quick congrats and thank you to all my community members for some awesome trades here recently. Congrats again. I'm glad that SUI and AVAX worked out very well over the weekend. Cardano, not AVAX. And at this point, we're in a Bitcoin long. We're currently in profit, and things are looking pretty solid for the moment. But again, just want to say thanks again. I'm getting some really awesome feedback. I mean, there's the occasional troll that doesn't like the fact that I say the price is going to pull back, and it does, and they're like emotionally invested in the coin. There's that. But again, at this point, we just try to look at the charts abstractly and make sure that we understand that if you're not an emotional idiot, you're probably going to have a lot more success. Okay, so ICP, double check this here, right? We can see 8.5, kind of that common denominator there, right, where the price action's averaging itself out. We can see, of course, 9.5. 9.25 to 9.5, basically 9.25 to 9.5. We can see a lot of liquidation there. Okay, now again, there's still a lot below the price action, but that's starting to dissipate. Minus some late longs here, we can see that are probably some low leverage longs at 650 with their stop loss. We can see here that there's a lot of shorts here entering the market. And it makes sense, of course, because the price overextended is kind of somewhat of a double top. You can kind of argue that it's close to a double top. And then, of course, we can see here, though, a lot of liquidation. So the key takeaway here is that 9.25, 9.5, those would be good areas of consideration for profit targets if you're going to consider a long. Okay, now, again, just throwing it out there, it would be a high-risk trade if you take a long. Not necessarily in the sense of the fact that the trend is going up, because truth is, it's a high-risk short if you're going to take a short. But when you take a long position and the price action is already overextended, you do run a bit of a risk of the price action pulling back on you. So just be mindful of that. However, take a look at the daily time frame. Let's confirm a few things here and see if it would be worth a long or a short at this point. Because again, when you do want to take a long position, you're looking for longs, you want to recognize that you want to be above key moving averages, which in this case here we are. We're over all three moving averages here available, and we can see that we're in pretty good shape. The 20, the 50, and the 100-day SMA below the price action. Keep in mind there is a fair value gap here, so I mean the price does pull back. Could see as low as a 10% correction to fill that gap. That is possible. So if we do end up taking a trade with this coin, low leverage, low position size would probably be the appropriate way to go. You don't want 100x leverage to the moon here because that's just a total foolhardy thing to do. If you've been watching my channel for even a short while, you'll recognize that I never recommend high risk trades. But again, there's other people out online that you can watch to do that. And that's cool. There's a time and place for it. If you know you're going to lose the money, you don't care about it, go for it. But you never want to try to get rich, so to speak, off of those kind of trades. It makes no sense. Okay, stochastic is getting closer to its top. We can see RSI getting trending towards 70, so it hasn't fully overextended itself yet. Money flow index is very high. That's the important thing here. As you can see, tremendous amount of volume last couple of days. That tells us there's sustainability of price at this level. Okay, now there's a possibility, of course, the price to slowly bleed out and pull back, but a lot of it hinges on Bitcoin too. I personally feel Bitcoin is going to recover and continue back on track here. And if we close above 57,000 a day, I think we have a strong consideration for that 60K sweep. However, having said all that, we're above zero on our TSI, MACD is converging. There's a lot of reasons why this coin is more likely to continue higher, especially now that we've broken above our daily candlestick close and we're essentially consolidating as if that's the bottom. Okay, a lot of good stuff here in that sense. So that's beneficial there. The 4-hour time frame we can recognize as well. Looking pretty solid. We're above all moving averages. The key takeaway here is we're over the 20-day SMA. That's like kind of the trend setter. So being over that is extremely important. TSI is looking good. MACD is converging still. While we're seeing stochastic pulling back, it's natural for this type of falling wedge or just say a descending type of trend. I personally, again, still feel like that descending trend is slowing, so it's a good sign. Generally speaking, with Bitcoin holding a lot of strength at 56,000 or 55.5. If you're not familiar with that, check out my Twitter, Telegram, or Discord. You'll see Bitcoin's looking quite strong right now. We have a massive support range in the 55 to 56K range. That's holding really well, and there's a lot of volume flowing back into Bitcoin, so that's a good sign. By the way, on the 4-hour time frame, we're over 70 on the RSI. This is generally construed as a bullish sign. We can also confirm that on the hourly, we are going to be above the cloud. At least I would be remiss if we weren't. Let's take a look here. You can see we're still above the cloud. Upper and lower lead is in this range here. So it's 0.382 to 0.236 fib level, 850 to 820. That's a solid support range for us. Lagging spans free and clear, conversion lines over the baseline. We've got pretty much every single reason to not take a short position and to lean a little bit more towards a long. Now, I would be very careful, of course, taking a long. What we should do here really quick, just kind of confirm price action. We take a look at this, this descending trend, or just however you want to call it. This time frame in the 15-minute tells us a lot right now. It's basically telling us that we're in really good shape here to see the price action continue higher. We've broken our more short-term descending trend here, and we've essentially bullishly backtested it right there. Okay, it's right there at the point of control as well. So again, pending Bitcoin doesn't belly flop, we should see ICP take off. Now again, let's take a look at this and Bitcoin's chart. Okay, you take a look at ICP, it's recovered very well, but it pulled back when Bitcoin pulled back. Okay, so again, if Bitcoin continues to retrace, we could very well see that. But once more, if we do recognize the overall sentiment here, we're holding very strong support for Bitcoin. And even if ICP were to pull back, I would recommend highly that you consider setting some nice like a nice stop loss in a good place. What I mean by that is just use good risk tolerance in the situation. You don't want to just kind of FOMO in here and take along blindly. But if we do compare this price action to Bitcoin, it does look a lot better on the 15-minute time frame and other time frames too. But you can kind of see it a little bit more clearer here. Okay. So again, I'll post this playout chart on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord so you can kind of see it. But this seems like a very strong likelihood that we're going to see a breakout, and at the very least a retest this most recent range here, maybe a good 4 to 5% increase. I hope I'm right, and obviously if I'm wrong, that's the way it goes, folks. That's generally how it goes. Try not to get too upset with the fact that the market is a very weird and crazy thing. So if you are having trouble, you're struggling, jump on over to our Discord. We got an awesome community over here, CryptoCache.tech. You can register for that, and we have a lot of fun. Make sure you reference my trading university so you can watch all my university videos. I teach you pretty much everything I know. Trade alerts, super important to tune into that so you know specifically the trades I'm planning to take. Those are updates. And of course, signals guide. If you are taking my signals, you're trading with my trades, then I highly recommend you check that out. Again, they do look a little something like this here. Good Cardano, again, SUI trade. I do usually have multiple entry targets and profit targets just to ensure we get everyone's needs satisfied. So it's all there for you. Anyways, thanks again so much for watching. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. Take care.